So, Jeff, listen, we've talked a little bit about all the controversy with Brock Lesnar, but I think we should remind everybody how we had to get there. One of the more interesting things I've ever seen in wrestling, we threw away a 6 or 7 month angle in one promo on Friday night to clear the way for Brock Lesnar's return after John Cena has told us all for months that he was in a toxic relationship with us and that he was going to ruin wrestling forever and that he was with the greatest heel the business has ever known, the final boss. He said, never mind. My bad. I'm still a good guy and I'm sorry. And there won't be any platinum rappers slapping your ass. It'll be me. So no more Travis Scott, no more Rock. Pretend like I never was a bad guy. I'm a good guy again. I thought that was a little weird, but I am glad this feels like it was the right answer all along. But I don't think I've ever seen someone abandon ship on a storyline like this ever before. At the time, this was a major moment. I mean, it probably had hundreds of millions of impressions by the time it was all done, after you count all the different social media touch points. The John Cena turn had people really, really excited. But boy, it fizzled out worse than a fart in church. Is this the biggest fumble in recent modern WWE booking? Where does it rank all time with just a bad idea? Just a straight up about face. Hey, our bad. That sucked. Let's move on.
Now, Connie, if our good producer there had on a nice, like old school gray-haired white wig and a nice black robe, and he was the judge, do you think we could have gotten from the other side, leading the witness, objection, think we could have gotten that out of him, pal? Mr. Silva, can I see a 2-shot, sir?
What do you mean?
Well, you said, implying that I needed to rank this as one of the biggest fumbles of all time. Just jumping the fence that you already assume that I
you like the creative. Okay, great. You love the promo. Our bad. Sorry about the last 6 months.
So
Can you imagine? Let's just pretend for a minute, 6 months into Hulk Hogan's turn. He just comes out in the red and yellow and says, my bad.
Hold on, damn it. Hold on. What did Cody say prior to Mr. Cena coming out? We'll have a little fun here.
I don't know.
He basically said, I want to beat the real John Cena.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not buying this at all. I can tell by the look on your face. So let's play this out. Had Cody beat the heel version of Cena, where does Cena go from there? Could Brock gonna go on out and laid his ass out?
No, that's what I'm saying, Jeff, is that they had to turn him babyface so Brock could come back.
Okay. So in essence, they pivoted.
What I'm suggesting is they threw away one of the greatest opportunities of all time because we have clamored as wrestling fans for more than 10 years to turn him heel.
Yep.
And they threw it away because old Helicopter Rock had a bad idea and they didn't follow through on it. That's a fact. That's what happened. And then they decided to integrate a celebrity who really had no intentions of actually learning how to wrestle or put on a good match. And they just butchered what was the biggest WrestleMania gate of all time, is going to be remembered as one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. And it's not because of Cody and it's not because of John Cena. It's because of shit creative. And they started something they couldn't finish. And so this is Dungeon of Doom level now, to me, level of bad. Okay. Now I know that there's good revenue there, but I'm saying they fumbled it because they wanted to accommodate The Rock, and now they had to work their way out of it. And so they just said, hey, our bad. We're sorry, to accommodate Brock Lesnar. Am I wrong? Is that not what happened?
Well, what I don't know, wasn't in the room, and you may know more than me.
I don't know either. We're all just guessing. I'm a smart ass wrestling fan.
Okay. I love this kind of conversation because I got a few texts on that as well. And I asked specifically after I got a text, I said, Cody, what do you think? And I'll just say, do you know what Cody walked out of his room last night after the finish said to me, Conrad? I wish I had it on tape just to share with you. Dad, that's a biggest bunch of bullshit. What's that, Codes? You're dropping a curse word on me. Dad, don't start with me. It's bullshit. Well, Coach, give it to me, because I didn't know if he was going down the Brock route.
Right.
Or, Dad, John Cena should have won that match. Now you know how much he loves Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Absolutely loves Cody. Cody sent him 2 or 3 videos over the last couple of years. Cody's been very good to my Cody in ways I can't even describe here. But he got emotionally invested, and it was all off the promo on Friday. He kind of got hyped up for that. So anyway, but I'll get off the Cody Angle kind of train of thought is in that, Conrad, I think the pivot always takes place. I want to applaud Cena, his promo ability, the turning of the dime. They took, and look, you said it's fact. I don't know what went on with Ari and Rock. And look, at the end of the day, the Dungeon of Doom level creative that you're referring to is, I'll agree to disagree in that shit. All the views you put over and this and that, and it gave him a direction this summer that was kind of new and a fresh coat of paint. Now he's got hammer balls to the walls. What are we, August? So September, October, November, December, 3 or 4 or 5 months of his true swan song. He's probably got a couple of opponents laid up. I'm not so sure when the decision was made, and I'll never know that. It's none of my business. But I just kind of want to put over Cody and Cena and the pivot.
Oh, the match was fantastic. I'm not arguing that.
I'm not just saying just the match, just kind of the whole dynamic, because at the end of the day, mission accomplished. And Cody beating heel Cena or beating babyface Cena, what got him? What was the true passing of the torch? What better scenario? I'm just not near as down on the flip and whatever, I'm calling it leading of the witness and biggest fumble of all time. I have a hard time going there.
Whoa. Hang on. I'm suggesting from the very beginning, John Cena should have never turned heel.
Oh, are you?
I think from a business if he was, I'm not saying never. I mean, this year, you don't announce, hey, I'm leaving forever, guys, and you print up merch for every town. Because if you recall, when he was making those appearances internationally, they had unique merch for every tour stop. Every tour stop has had a gang. Like conventional wisdom would say, why would you make our most popular guy, our biggest merch seller of the last 20 years? Why would you make him a guy who you don't want to buy his merch now in his last year? If anything, we would do better just selling it. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, you better have something great to overcome what we all kind of wanted. But I think I always assumed he would turn face by the end of the year. He's not going to retire as a heel. So I thought we would always get there. But it's hard for me to get behind. Last time we saw The Rock last year, he was talking about Mama Rhodes and bloodying up Cody Rhodes and, saying you don't F with the final boss and blah, blah, blah. And then he comes out in January and is like shouting him out. Oh, this guy's carried the company on his back. And I loved seeing your little girl at the movie premiere. And Cody's a good guy. And let's go toast afterwards. And then 1 month later, I want your soul, boy. And I'm going to cut your throat. And I'm going to kick you in the nuts. And so it's like, oh, shit. Okay, we're going to get something at WrestleMania again. Nope. It's like it's the most half-baked, half in, half out. Okay. There's a power struggle behind the scenes, and it's trickled down. And I think John Cena's farewell tour, to me, was a total fumble based on this stutter step of being a heel. And it's like, wait a minute. If we had a great idea, we should see it through. We didn't just not have a great idea. We didn't have any fucking idea.
Now, hold on a minute. When did he switch heel? April? Would that be
no, February. The end of February. Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, okay. And then Travis Scott had his 2.5-3 minute entrance.
He's still walking to the ring. He's still walking to the ring right now. Fiend. It's the fucking worst. It's bullshit. The match they had last night is the match they should have had at WrestleMania. That's what we wanted. Babyface Super Cena against Babyface Super Cody. That's what we wanted, and we didn't get it. So, like, if you're going to go Cena heel, go fucking full tilt, but we didn't. And it was a fumble. Like, there's no way anybody can say, no, I think that WrestleMania main event went exactly according to plan. That's the way we drew it up. No, it's not.
You just said
Don't bullshit us.
I want to pick up on. You said should have gone full tilt Cena heel. What's that look like? I mean, just roughly, didn't he go full heel?
But hang on. When The Rock says, I want your soul, boy, and he gives a sign to John Cena, Did you assume, oh, well, we'll never see The Rock again after he said that?
No, okay. Rock not being around is the cog that I believe everybody had the expectation of, okay, Rock's in for the next 3, 4, 5 months, at least drive-bys and being there, all this. Him not being in the story, is that what you're might be alluding to as the biggest fumble of all time? Him not being around?
He either A, don't make John Cena a heel in the first place, or B, pay it off. And what I mean with pay it off is John Cena should have turned on The Rock to become a good guy.
Okay. Do you think that we're in August? Do you think we will see Rock Cena before the year's up?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. That means
if we were going to see Rock Cena, he wouldn't have turned face again. My opinion.
Oh, you don't think Cena can beat up Rock and close his career?
I don't think that'll happen. No.
Would you want to see that?
Yeah, that's where I thought the story was going to go.
Right.
Is that eventually Cena would be like, well, hang on, I'm not. And so he turns on The Rock. And so maybe it would have been a tag situation where it's Cena and Rock against Cody and Roman. Say, I'm just freestyling.
Yeah.
And then something happens. But at this point, allegedly, we don't know. But the way Cody left last night and just gave John Cena the stage, I believe the rumors that he might be going to make a movie. The fact that Roman Reigns opened the show on night one makes me think he's probably leaving to go make a movie too. We've heard it's the Street Fighter movie. So if they're going to be on the shelf for a little bit, they're not going to be part of these chess pieces. And I feel like if Rock was going to be around, that would have been part of it. Now there's a chance I'm way off because I think they've got a big event coming up in November in San Diego. Hey, maybe that's going to be it. Maybe there'll be a War Games and there will be some sort of payoff. But I just assumed when The Rock started the storyline and he was the guy who influenced John Cena to be bad, then it would have to be John Cena turning on him to join the good side again. Not just a promo saying, hey, my bad, 2 days before Brock Lesnar comes back, 2 days before the main event. It didn't make any sense. I think Cena fans internationally and Cena fans who've gone to see him on his farewell tour wanted to celebrate Super Cena. They wanted to buy their merch. They wanted to wear their never give up stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I would have never turned John Cena heel in his last year because that's not what we want. Like I remember when Kobe Bryant did his farewell tour, he announced, and we all knew this is Kobe's last time in Atlanta. This is Kobe's last time in whatever. People wanted to go show respect to Kobe, but they didn't show him on the big screen before the game started saying, just want you Atlanta fans to know I hate every effing one of you. Like they didn't do that because they wanted to sell all the Kobe merch they could that night. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything about wrestling, but it feels like there wasn't a plan and we're flying by the seat of our pants. And it makes me think there's probably a power struggle at the top between Rock, between Ari, between Paul. I don't know. Maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe everybody's back there is hunky dory and they love it. And they're like, this is exactly the way we drew it up. I just have a hard time believing that this is the story they envisioned. But you loved it. You thought it was great.
No, what I'm saying at the end of the day, it's professional wrestling. For better or worse, it is Memphis TV every Saturday morning. Let's figure out you're only as good as the last show you produced. Again, Conrad, who knows what really went into all of it? At the end of the day, we're talking about it. We've been talking about it. They have been setting records. Nothing's perfect. And at the bottom line, pal, what do I say? It's all subjective.
I'm not arguing that at all. And what I'm saying, even though it doesn't sound like it, is I'm heaping praise on them for pivoting.
Yeah.
Hey, this shit ain't working. We got to try something else. And I would have liked to have seen them get there a different way, but I understand why they did it the way they did because Brock's coming back. I'm giving high fives all around because I think we all would say, hey, this John Cena heel turn sucks. It could have been better. It's not what we expected. It's not what we hoped for. Let's pivot. But I feel bad for Cena this morning because now everybody's pissed off about his next opponent. Like this John Cena tour feels fucking snake bit, Jeff.
Brock's got heat, brother. Big time. But
yes, he does.
Well, and that's where it's, the Zuckerberg, Elon grabbing the headlines over and over and over and over and over and over. Like I don't know if while we're on the air as we're recording, like the search, like what's the most searched wrestling names today, or just most searched on the internet, like those kind of things, like getting in the news and the water cooler talk and the buzz around everything. I gotta believe that all of that is in the top, and you know, history will tell you that ain't a bad thing now, because you can throw in some bad things and the legal ramifications of it and maybe the political, but man, oh man, the world is a buzzing about it, right? We're sitting.
Oh no, listen, I was excited to see Brock Lesnar last night, but I'll admit I was thinking as a wrestling fan who just was a fan of Brock Lesnar, and for a little while it kind of wasn't front of my mind of all the things and all the reasons and what the reaction is, and whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, no matter what it is. I feel like this John Cena farewell tour is mired in a little bit of controversy now. And I would have liked to have seen Cena go out
I got you
in a different way. And I think in an alternate universe, they could have had a fantastic plan for 12 months. And I'm not saying that it won't end fabulously. I'm sure it will.
It will.
And it will all work out, and they're going to set records along the way. But just, man, when we should all be celebrating John Cena, we're talking about the bullshit controversy instead.
Oh, big time. But that's today. Like, things will change, no doubt. Look, they've pivoted once, they'll pivot again. It's part of wrestling. It's, you know, Conrad, we're sitting here kind of, I don't know. We're chatting about, in so many ways, just the reality of professional wrestling. It is, you know, Michael Jordan, you know, his exit, his swan song was with the Wizards, the Washington Wizards. And that was, you talk about a mired retirement. And I'm not comparing apples to apples, but, you know, life.
SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Sergio. I'm from Lancaster in California. The motivation behind just following through with this refinance was I have a baby on the way. So just wanted to get everything in order. In the past couple of years, just afraid to pull the trigger, but then it just seemed like the right time to do it. I went to multiple banks, not only the mortgage I had, but then I went to you, and then I also went to several others. And it just seemed like your team, they were just completely honest and outright. Also, all the information was just laid out for me right there and then, answering all my questions in a timely, efficient manner. Diane was just so helpful and above and beyond accessible with both texting and emails and just any information that they needed. She would explain to me what exactly they wanted me to send, and then if there were any issues, she was able to just resolve them pretty quickly, versus other companies that sometimes it would take a couple of days to get some information. We were looking to pay down some debt, also looking into making some improvements to the home, also build up our backyard, do everything, especially for our daughter coming. By doing this cash out, it's a good amount that we're saving, between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, I would say. It helped out tremendously as well. My name's Sergio. I'm from Lancaster, California, and I saved over $1,500 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com.